Hello, my name is Brandon Gravitt, and I'm a preacher from Southeast Oklahoma. And today I have a short Bible lesson for you entitled Forgetting Our Lessons. Too often in life, we see this sort of situation. Someone makes a mistake, they learn from it, and says they will never do it again. And then a month, maybe 2 months down the line, they make the same mistake again and they get the same results. And they ask, how did this happen to me? And why did this happen to me? This is a scenario that's all too common in our day and age all over the world, and is a problem that is shown throughout the Bible and throughout history itself all the time, because people still have not learned from their mistakes and their sins from the past. Nearly the entirety of the book of Judges in the Bible follows this pattern. Israel sins against God. God punishes Israel. Israel then cries out to God. God gives them a judge to lead them and show them the way of the Lord. And as long as that judge lives, Israel follows God. But once that judge dies, Israel then falls back into bad old habits, and the cycle repeats itself again and again and again. And it happens all the time like this in life. But God does not want us to be like this. God wants us to have lasting change. God wants us to learn truly from our mistakes and to have lasting changes in our life. As it tells us in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 9. Only be careful for yourself and watch over your soul diligently, so that you do not forget the things which your eyes have seen, and they do not depart from your heart all the days of your life, but make them known to your sons and your grandsons. God said these things because he knew how easily it is that we forget the lessons that we learn, specifically life and spiritual lessons that God teaches us. Because once we learn something, God knows that it is hit or miss, whether it'll stick in our minds. It is 50-50. And he knows when it comes to sin, we rarely remember the things we learned regarding it. As I say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But we do the same thing with sin and mistakes all the time. People make the same mistakes over and over and over again. People do the same sin over and over and over again. And they expect different things from it. Sin is sin. If you get drunk, your body will suffer, your liver will get damaged, and the next day you will get a hangover. Stop drinking for 20 years, and you think, I'll try it again. Will you get different results? Or will you get drunk? Your body will suffer, and the next day you will have a hangover. It is the same results every single time. It does not change. You will get these same things every time. And this is what God is trying to show us. We need to get it through our heads that we need to learn and to not forget the things that we learn and let it stick. In the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 7, it says, always learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. This speaks volumes. God is saying that we are always learning, but we're never able to come to know the truth. We are always learning the same thing. We are always learning not to do this or to do that, but still we go and do it anyways. This is what God is trying to show us. And as it says, some will never understand. But you can understand if you pray and watch over your soul diligently and ask God to help you. God is calling us to be extraordinary, because everyone learns and then they just forget. But God is telling us not to forget, Being truly amazing is never forgetting your lessons and to let them carry you through your life, because everyone learns and then later down the line they forget. But God is saying, all the days of your life, remember the things I have told you, and remember the things that you have been taught, because everyone departs from the things that God has taught them. Israel showed that through the book of Judges. He was always teaching them. They were always learning, but they were always forgetting. Now, there's one more passage we should go over today. It is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 6 through 13, but then we'll jump over to verse 24. It says, "These words which I am commanding you today shall be on your heart, and you shall repeat them diligently to your sons, and speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk on the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. You shall also tie them as a sign to your hand, and they shall be as frontlets on your forehead. You shall also write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Then it shall come about when the Lord your God brings you into the land that he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to give you, great and splendid cities which you did not build, and houses full of all good things which you did not fill, and carved cisterns which you did not carve out, and vineyards, and olive trees which you did not plant, and you eat and you are satisfied. Be careful that you do not forget the Lord who brought you out of the land of Egypt and out of the house of slavery. You shall only fear the Lord your God, and you shall worship him and swear by his name." And now on to verse 24. "So the Lord commanded us to follow all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God for our own good, always, and for our survival as it is today." Be careful that you do not forget the things God has done for you. As it says, God teaches us for our good and for our own survival as it is to this day. Remember this lesson, to not forget the lessons God has taught you. God teaches us for our benefit always and for our survival, and he wants us to remember the things that he has shown us so that we may live happy and victorious Christian lives. God bless, and thank you.